Come out to the bar.
Hello YouTube, cheers, and welcome to the basement. My name is Bruce Lively.
I'm the one and only D-Boy Slim.
Now the basement is the first daily hip-hop debate show. From Tuesday through Friday, we tackle the most intriguing topics in hip-hop culture and the world around it. Today's a serious one. What's going on in Chicago? And can hip-hop help in any way? I'm going in, got a lot to say. And with that being said, let go.
Come out to the box, boy.
That's a very interesting question Bruce has come up with today. And it's a topic we had been discussing for a while now. And exactly how to approach it. Excuse me, I'm going to speak loud on this one. Because I think there's some points that can be made. And just some real talk. You know, open up the platform. That's what this show does, is open up the platform just for some real talk. With that, let's start off with some of the artists that come from Chicago and the whole culture surrounding it as far as the drill music. I know a few years back when you had Chief Keef and his whole crew coming out of there, even you have Lil Durk, they kind of tied into the same circle.
The drill rap,
you know, which is based upon, let's keep it a stack, you know, let's keep it funky. It's based upon gunning people down. You know, it's based upon, you know, nothing more, nothing less. It's gunning somebody in. That in itself should let you know where Chicago's at with it, what type of time they on. And kids grab it. You know, the saddest part about that whole thing, you got young kids before they know, you know, math and subtraction, you know, their history that black culture surrounds, you know, anything about any of that. They know that the 30 round clips, they know the extendos, they know this is the language that you talking, you know, this is drill rap. You know, there was a couple months ago, well, maybe last year when you had Chief Keef, you know, was on tour, and I think he toured in New Jersey and he made statements like, I want to blow the whole New Jersey up. It just, the frame of mind and way of thinking is you to keep it polite, to keep it nice is warped.
It's warped, and it's not all their fault. Go ahead. It's not all their fault, but it's warped. But we have to change it. But go ahead.
And you know, this is where we at. And this is what I'm gonna speak on, because there was a time in our culture in this genre that we call hip hop that instead of trying to tear each other down, instead of idolizing and glorifying the fact of killing another black man, we tried to pull them up. Mm-hmm. We tried to give them jobs. And our music reflected that. There was a time in the 80s when crack was at an all-time high. Crack usage, crack sale, all that was at an all-time high. People were getting gunned down left and right. Chicago, New York to LA. And, you know, the artists of that time came out with self-destruction. You know, saying that we're killing ourselves. You know, everything in life comes full circle. And, you know, obviously, you can't continue on the rate and at the way that, you know, the lives and mothers and young children in Chicago are being taken out. Spike Lee tried to shed some light on it. We made fun of him. We joked about it. We mocked him. Chirac. But, you know, I think he may have been trying to come across with a real message. And this is just where we at. I speak, you know, I can't speak for Chicago, but I speak for the, you know, the entire culture. You know, dudes that's been in the streets, that played the streets, all of the above. Like, It's crazy. And any grown man, I don't care, OG from the south side, player, hustler from the west side, whatever you talking about, like, it's crazy. Somebody that lives in Chicago gonna tell you it's crazy, man. It's crazy.
It's crazy.
Young dudes know that's not normal. It's young dudes that never probably been out of Chicago and tell you this is not regular. This is not normal. So
until it becomes normal.
We're here just to shed some light, probably open up a conversation. There's a lot going on surrounding Chicago right now. You got Trump talking about he's ready to send the feds out there. He's ready to implement all this stop and frisk that he campaigned over the last few years. Like, it's crazy. We gotta wake up. We gotta wake up.
The time to wake up was October 20th, 2014. White police officer shot and killed Laquan McDonald. Shot him 16 times in the street like a dog. It was videotaped. They held the videotape for over a year. And when we finally got to see it, it was still more months until we got a trial of sorts. Acquitted. He had no gun on him. That's the time we should have woke up. What did we do? And I'm not talking to everybody. This is a hip-hop show, and we're going to be transparent. My G, what did we do? I saw the marches. I didn't see no blue flags out there. I saw the marches. I didn't see no red flags out there. You know why they call it a flag? Because it's the thing that you hold in front of you when you're going to war. So if you were there and I didn't see them, that's a problem. The flag says to people, I'm coming, and this is what we represent. I didn't see it.
Let's be clear with the people. We're talking about the gangsters out there.
The gangsters.
Okay.
I'm not a gangster. I'm an old man. I'm an old man with kids, with a wife. But I grew up in Chicago. I got my affiliations. I'll never disrespect y'all because I know what it's supposed to be about. I don't know what it's about anymore.
Break it down, kid.
I don't know what it's about anymore. Where are the OGs? Where are the OGs? When this happened in your community, where are the OGs that told you to hold the flag up? That said we're going to protect our community? They're non-existent. And if they are existing, they're teaching the wrong things. I was out there. I knew what it meant to become a warrior, to grow into a man. But I'm speaking to my young G's out there that live this. Where were we when this happened? October 20th, 2014. And when I was trying to figure out the exact date, I just typed in Chicago and I saw at least 15 more police killings since then. What's the point of fighting over territory if we just let the dirty cops come in on our turf? Is it our territory? If you're willing to die and bleed and kill for this territory, how dare we let them come in and control it? That's the first thing I was taught when I was there. This is mine, and I protect it and defend it with my life. We've given it back to them. It's not all your fault. As a matter of fact, it's not even about fault.
So what can some of the young dudes do out there?
The first thing we can do is we've got to call a truce. We've got to call a truce, divide territories in a way that's strategic for the oppressor and not for us. We did it before. In 1994, 1995, when I was out there, we did it. All the gangs came together. In my location where I was, it was VLs and GDs. They decided they were going to come together until they had reached the point where they felt like they could police their own communities. And when they did that, we got back to making money, got back to doing what we do.
That's it.
If you can't do that now, You ain't got no OGs.
Come on to the box, boy.
The OGs either are dead, in jail, or have not passed on that pivotal information. I'm here to pass it on to you. Look to Bruce Lively. I don't condemn the gangsters. You see, we were trained to be warriors and grow into men. You know what a warrior is? It's a human weapon. A weapon has no use if you don't point it at the right target. Right now, we're pointing at each other. I need a truce. We need a truce. Y'all need a truce because the feds will come down there. If you look at what Trump said, when he brings the feds down here, he's about to use Chicago as a testing ground for concentration camps. Yes, concentration camps. The Muslims are already being banned on day 11 of his presidency. Within a year, I predict we will have deportation and investigation centers that are really concentration camps for Muslims. But he's going to use Chicago as the testing ground for that. How can we let that happen, G's? How can we let that happen? We will if we don't call a truce right now. Because what you don't know is, if you watch the video we're about to show, they've been dropping guns in Chicago to make this happen for a long time. It's not your fault. Check this video out.
I've been in Chicago where a person came into my house and knocked on the door to come and get me early in the morning, 6:30 in the morning, and said, come with me, man. It's a crate of guns in the alley. And I got up, ran out there, and sure enough, there was a crate of guns. And during that time when we in it, you're not thinking about where did the guns just come from? You know, you never think about that type of stuff, like where did the guns come from and why are they here? But now that I'm older, I can kind of tell you that it's a diabolical plot. Nothing is stopped. The guns are still there. The guns are still being placed in these different strategic communities. It's a plan. It's not out in Bridgeview. It's not out in, Westmount. You know, they're putting it in the hundreds for sure. Yeah, they're putting it on 55th. They're putting it in Englewood, 6:30 in the morning while older people that's at work, you sleep. You're not outside. So, you got the streetwalkers and the people that's out, they hustling and they out all types of day. Yeah, they're the ones that's going to run across them. And who would go and tell the police? I never went to go tell the police when we found some guns. That don't even make sense.
Yeah, they did that. And we are playing into their hands. Let's talk about how we are complicit in our own oppression. We're going to fulfill their plans to enslave us if we don't do what Larry Hoover said we should have done a long time ago. Police ourselves is what he said.
What do you say to the G's that's saying, man, they can't see past tomorrow, man. They can't see past their block. They hungry. There's no food in the refrigerator. There's nobody helping them.
It's not your fault. That's what I say to them. It's not your fault. You just saw the video. It's planned oppression against you. What we have to do is rise up. There were those before us that didn't eat for days and marched for days without food and water because they saw the bigger plan was my brother, my community, my neighborhood. When he started this thing, it wasn't just about the drugs that the CIA implanted. I got another video for that. It was about protecting our communities, getting the most out of what we had, discovering ourselves as actual men and leaders, and not letting nobody else take over what it is that we built. Yeah, gang wars happen, and it's for a reason. I'm not like them crackers out there. I understand those reasons, and sometimes you gotta fight. But sometimes you gotta know when to look in and join forces to fight the real enemy. Watch this video.
I will tell you, Director Deutsch, as a former Los Angeles police narcotics detective, that the agency has dealt drugs throughout this country for a long time. Deutsch, I will refer you to 3 specific agency operations known as Amadeus, Pegasus, and Watchtower. I have Watchtower documents heavily redacted by the agency. I was personally exposed to CIA operations and recruited by CIA personnel who attempted to recruit me in the late 70s to become involved in protecting agency drug operations in this country. I have been trying to get this out for 18 years, and I have the evidence. My question for you is very specific, sir. If in the course of the IG's investigations and Fred Hitz's work, you come across evidence of severely criminal activity, and it's classified, will you use that classification to hide the criminal activity, or will you tell the American people the truth?
These are the facts, people. The 13th Amendment makes slavery illegal. It abolished slavery, except under the conditions of imprisonment. Right now, our Constitution allows for slavery if you're in prison. Why do you think they drop the guns there? Why do you think they drop the drugs there? Why do you think they make the laws that you can't stand somewhere? You can't do this, you can't do that. Because every law they make and put you in prison, it's a better way for them to create more wealth through slavery like they've done since the beginning.
In the U.S., the market for cheap labor is booming behind bars. In the last 15 years, partnership between prisons and private manufacturers has increased significantly. They're becoming America's very own Chinese-style manufacturing line behind prison walls. Prisons, in fact, advertise themselves as such, as an alternative to outsourcing cheap labor to China or elsewhere. On the web, we came across this pitch that prisons prepared to persuade private sector companies to come and do business with them. Take a look.
There is not enough folks that will do this type of work in this country. So therefore, we're bringing back this industry that historically has been going out of this country, and we're putting it, inside the walls. And it's absolutely a perfect idea. I have a workforce that does not have car problems or babysitting problems, etc. They're always here, and they're always willing to come to work.
Hard-working and reliable. Inmates show up for work every day voluntarily.
Work in prison is mandatory, and the choice many inmates have is whether to work for a government-run prison industry for less than $1 an hour or a private one for a minimum wage of around $6.
I'm going to stop there. I showed you some videos. I gave you my heart. And I'm telling you what we need to do. And now I'm going to tell you how to do it. What do you got to say, man?
What I think is we have to go back to where it's cool to be intelligent.
Yes.
I see a lot now with the kids, and I can say that now. I'm of that age, man. The younger kids, their infatuation with savage living, a savage way of life, savage this and savage that. And that's no disrespect to none of the rappers that has the name Savage.
It's savage out here.
But, like I said, you got kids that seem to be infatuated with that way of life. Any of the savages, whomever they may be, will tell you there's nothing cool about it. There's nothing cool about it. And that mind state, I think, needs to change. Inside out. We need to change within ourselves. My man is going to offer up a few more ways we can go about that. But, yeah, that's where I stand on it. And that goes for rap and beyond, Dudes just in the streets trying to get their money.
Money don't mean nothing if we don't own our streets. You know that.
More importantly, be intelligent.
Be intelligent. You see, the gang culture was supposed to teach us a way to live, a way to act, and a way to think. And it wasn't with a lack of intelligence. I believe that there's no more OGs simply because people running around right now, the kids is running around and don't understand how to think and how to maneuver.
See, it's okay to have heart, but the other end of that is having intelligence. You won't go far with heart and no intelligence. That's thorough. That's someone who's thorough.
And these are facts. That's a great word. Thorough. So this is what we have to do. I'm going to be real. This is what we have to do. OGs, even if you have to meet with me in an undisclosed location somewhere that's neutral, we have to come up with a truce for a period of time that allows us to get together and use our warriors against the people who actually are hurting us. Right now, it's the police. It soon will be the feds. But more importantly, it's the system. Until we can get that straightened out, I'm calling for a truce, people.
Let me say this too. Let me just make this point. We not here, my man said, we're not here to condemn. We're not here to talk down. We're of the people.
We're of the people.
We're not talking down on anybody. I want to just say and salute the dudes and the G's out there that do uplift their people, that do exactly, where we're coming from with it, that do feed their people, that do give their people jobs and show them a different direction, And I know there's some rappers out there, for a while I was messing with the Bogus Boys, and I hated when they said LEP boys broke up and all of that. Like the Bogus Boys, I was dealing with real heavy. You got what's the dude we knocking right now? Lil Bibby out there. Bibby. All the dudes that's we roll calling. We giving a salute to those who standing up dirt. All of them that's out there. Y'all doing what y'all supposed to do. Yeah, young dudes too. Get into that paper, get into that bag. I respect it. You're giving
me the perfect alley-oop. Cause next, this truce can't happen without hip hop. I'm calling for all Chicago rappers. I'm gonna name a few: King Ty, Lil Bibby, G Herbo, Lil Durk, and Rico Reckless. Let's come to the table. Holla at me. Let's come to the table. Let's make a movement. We did it before. We did it in 94. We did it in 95. I'm calling y'all out.
And we're not talking myth either, because this is the same talk. If y'all follow those of y'all that know Chicago and know the rap out there, know the history, Bump J was talking the same things. Uniting the city, uniting the gangsters. Leave a comment. If I'm lying, leave a comment. That's a fact.
Our turf is not ours if they can come in there anytime they want and shoot niggas. They can't do it anymore. We've got to come together until this is cleared up, and then we can begin our turf again. Do what we got to do for ourselves and our family. That's what's up. For our colors, too. I'm with it. But I'm calling for these rappers, especially, because I know many of y'all are beefing. Of the names that I just said. If you call the truce and you make the songs and you put something out, there's a million niggas that's going to follow you at that moment. We can do something about this. And you put those warriors, you put those trained human weapons on a path to something that they can actually uplift with, something they can actually use, the skills that we've been teaching them. Oh, man, can you imagine what would happen in Chicago? We can do this, y'all. We can do this. It's not the first time. Check this video.
With some of the gang members who were attending the meeting tonight with church leaders, and here's some of what they had to say. Here's your opportunity. Tell me what's going on.
Man, we want to tell the people of the city right now, in Baltimore City, that the image that they're trying to portray of the gangs in Baltimore, the BGF, the Bloods, the Crips, we did not make that truce to harm cops. We did not come together against the cops. We're not about to allow y'all to paint this picture of us. We got soldiers out here right now. We dirty. We dirty. They threw bombs at us for trying to stop what's going on right now. Y'all not about to do that to us.
So your game plan tonight has been to stop the violence.
To stop what's going on. That's all we trying to do. We want justice for Freddie Gray. We believe in that.
What do you think when you see this happening in the streets? Businesses looted, cars on fire, police injured.
It just makes us look bad. It makes us look real bad, and it's backing up what they're saying about us. They saying we animals and we acting like savages out here. But I also agree with I don't agree with what's going on, but I understand what's going on. You know what I'm saying? I understand why people are mad, but we gotta handle things another way.
What do you think?
Me, I basically think the same thing. I mean, We've been out here all day trying to prevent people from breaking the stores. They hit us with a bomb. They burnt my shirt. They ripped it, and we were still standing right there as a whole. They heard it, but we came right back there, hold hands together, and we marched together down here. We still holding strong, and we just want them to stop hurting us so we can just live our life and keep going. We trying to help them like we helping us. Without them doing that, it's just going to make everybody angry. We don't want to be angry. So we, as a whole community, we make everybody, calm everybody down, because they can't come to us because they done already hurt a lot of people, killed a lot of people for no apparent reason.
What group are you in? What group is this?
This is the Bloods right here. This Bloods. We got the Pirus over here, and we got Bloods over here. We stand as one, though. We're one right now.
It's Black Men United.
Our
goal Saturday. The pictures that went viral Saturday.
We're not Blood or BGF. We are black men, and we are united.
There it is. If they can do it, we can do it. The hip-hop community can make this change. Gangsters out there, you got all of my respect. There is no diss here. There is no diss here. It's just an OG talking to you, letting you know the knowledge that maybe has been forgotten or bypassed because some of our people have died or been in jail and used as slaves. So there may be something you didn't know. But this is what we used to stand for. Let's do it again. We can. We can. You're a young warrior. No matter what flag you're repping, you a young warrior. Let's aim that in the right direction.
We out of here, man. Any shout outs, Bruce?
Shout outs. We do got one shout out today. Stan A. He actually we mentioned him in the last one. He says T.I. is nice, but can't be in the top 10.
Not sure about that one, but I respect it.
Yeah.
You tell us who should have been there.
Yeah, who should take his place? Stan A. The second time you commented. Thank you so much. Thank everybody for listening and watching. And I want the G's out there to just take a listen. Just think about it. We don't condemn you. We know it's hard out there. We know you can't eat sometimes, but it's for a greater cause. We can come together. That's what we make money for on these streets. Put it together and feed somebody so they can go out there and help if they can't eat tomorrow. We can do it. Peace.